Okay, in the last video we made a footprint and then a symbol. So a symbol and a footprint in a new library under Beacon2 is what we had the library name for the magnetorquer side coils, and did that for X. We should do this for Y also, but now it's in a library. We can just now switch over to the magcoil Y KiCad project and just kind of drop them in. Now the schematic also is nice for drawing other stuff. What I'm going to do this time is show how to take that library. If I go into the library, we see Beacon2 Pretty, which has just one model in it. We also see Beacon2 Back. That's it's just a backup file. I'm going to delete that. And then Beacon2 KiCad Sim. If I look at this in just a text editor, you see that it's just it's a KiCad symbol thing. Okay, all KiCad files are text. What I want to do is I want to add this to our actual repository because this is a legit symbol and it was done as an example, but for real as well. How do we do this? We do this in GitLab. So we're going to do some GitLab work. Whoops. Here's GitLab. Here's a Beacon2 payload base. And this is really where they need to be. If I go to this repository or project, same thing. We see KiCad here. We see this main branch. There's some other stuff, a whole bunch of things in here. I'm going to actually make a new merge request. Not an issue. An issue is like where you'd have discussion. A merge request is where you have files to change. Since there's no discussion with this, we're just going to go straight to a merge request. All right, if you notice how merge requests are right here and they're pinned, you can unpin them. But to get there, you have to go over to code and then merge request, code, merge request, and get it. But I'm just going to pin the item so it shows up in my quick list. All right, so let's go to a merge request. There's no merge requests in here. There's closed and merge ones. That's great. Let's make a new one. I don't even know what merge trains are, but it sounds terrifying. Source branch, target branch, select a source branch. No, actually I want to create a branch. I can't. You can't make a merge request unless you have a branch from which to merge from. So if I go like that, how do I make a new branch in here? Branch, edit the web IDE, no. 3 branches. If I go to branches, can I make a branch here? Okay, so I can click new branch here. Maybe this is the best way to do it. Perhaps you can actually make new branches in on your own machine, but right now we'll do it this way because I don't know, people like to click. So let's make a new branch. What is this called? So mag, coil, sim, and footprint. Create the branch. All right, that's the branch name, and I don't think we're going to get anything. All right, so you push to mag thing just now. We're also actually switched to it, so instead of being on main, we're on this one. I wish to create a merge request. Okay, and this merge request is what we have. I'm going to assign this to me because it's me doing this. Mark as draft, that's good. Reviewers, all these other default things. Later on, I want to use reviewers so that we don't arbitrarily make changes and can cross-check each other, but this one is good. So create merge request. This is good. How do I get my changes from Git up to GitLab? Well, I have a merge request here. It's on a branch. I need to get the branch to my local machine. You do that by over to code, check out branch. This code right here. Fetch origin. This just refreshes what's new up at GitLab, the website, and then git checkout B this one, this is the name of the branch, and we're going to track origin. Origin is what's is GitLab for us, and that. All right, so we can do this. I'm just going to copy that. I'm going to go to this folder and make a new terminal. I hit F4. Yours is different, but I don't know. We have the file manager and such right here. So I'm in the library thing. So if I ls here, I see all this stuff. But my terminal emulator says that I'm on the main branch. I want to switch. All right, so I'm going to paste that in there, run it. It fetches, which is that fetch it. It's set up to track it. That's good. And then switch to a new branch. So you can actually type these yourself, but switch to it. This also shows that I'm now operating in that branch. So I have some stuff here. If I say git status, okay, if I do git status short, okay, if I say GST, that's an alias, which is the same thing as saying git status short. We're going to ignore these other things with the dots in here. There are other files that are hanging around for later. In fact, this is the assembly that I was looking at from the last video. The ones that are interesting to us is this file right here, the symbol, and then inside of this whole directory is new, and there's files under here. I'm going to git add beacon to KiCad symbol. Okay, if I do git status, it says there's a new file up here. That's nice. Git status short. I like the short version because it's the same information. We have an added file. If I go to beacon to pretty into that place and look in here, there's of course just that one file. Sometimes if you say git add an entire folder, it will add a ton of stuff, and that's not what you want, or that's too much. So I like to be specific. So I'm going to say git add. I actually have an alias called G. That's my alias, so I don't have to type git all the time. All right, but I'll type it out. Git add beacon. No, what was it called? Pogo pads. There it is. All right, so now I have two files getting added. Go back to my library thing, and it updated this symbol here, but I don't really pay attention to that. And there we go. We just added the two files. This is great, I guess. Okay, what's next? Now we need to create a commit. So git, with these changes that are already staged, I say git commit. It opens up, this is my text editor, it's Vim. So right here I'm going to say create symbol okay. This top line, this top line is the subject line, and then you can put other stuff. And I did make a video, so we stick that in our commit message. I'm going to save that, and I made a commit. Okay, if I look at TIG is a nice program that shows me stuff. So here's main. I have one commit beside there. It's called magcoil simfp. If you look right here, it says origin magcoil simfp. These two are different because origin is what's up at GitLab. This one is my local version. That's what the square brace means. There's another tool. It's called Git+K, and that's also installed on the Windows version. That shows you a graphical version of what's going on in your repository. It's a lot to look at, but so is everything. And this is a bit of a mess because we have some patches here. We have Thaddeus is bringing something in, add standoffs and such. That was add data sheets and mechanical components, and then it got merged in. All right, so we have main up here, remote origin main. This one is where GitLab is, original. This main is where my local version is, and they match. This is good. It's best to be have those to match, unless you're doing something like right now. Remote origin mag coil. This is where the branch pointer is at GitLab, and then we have one commit beyond this. Here at this, I made a video. Here's my commit message. It's time-stamped and all this stuff. It changed these files. Just 2 files. Comments is that tree and patch. This tells the differences between the files, but when you add a new file, it basically says the difference is you added a whole bunch of new lines. All right, so we already have that commit, and I'm just going to push this back to GitLab. Okay, and helpfully you saw some stuff change in the background. We'll go back to what that is. View the merge request, shows that in the terminal. This is merge request 9. This is the message saying it did it. This is just to help some text from GitLab that's sent. All right, so I already copied that. And if we look down here, it says I added a commit just now. So when you push it up to GitLab, it triggers showing it. Okay, so I think we're ready to actually pull in these changes, which means I want my mag coil symbol and footprint to work out to be the I don't know, add that to our official library of or project of Beacon 2 base. Okay, when I start one, it always starts off with the prefix draft up here. Draft is a convention that says, hey, we're working on this. Remember, we created it, but there was no changes. Then we did the changes, and we pushed the changes. Now I'm done. There's only one commit there. It was a short change. You mark this as ready, and what it's going to do, it's really going to delete this. So I say mark as ready, deletes the draft part. And it says merge is blocked, new changes were added. It did some stuff. It wants you to review the changes. This is really just a safety valve, so you don't just accidentally click, 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 and end up merging stuff. Unmerging stuff is, it gets really messy really quick. So let's be careful. So review the changes. Really, it just went over to this heading here that says changes, and this is a view that says what changed. Well, we deleted 0 lines, and we added 162, and we deleted 0, and we just added brand new files. Went from 0 bytes to a bunch, 100 kilobytes. Okay, go back to overview. We can add a to-do item, I guess, if there's changes to make. And now it says ready to merge. These options, defaults, are good. Delete source branch. We're done with this branch. So this branch was going to come out, do our work, and then we're going to pull it back to our main line of activity. Okay, so now I'm going to say merge. Usually be really careful with this. All right, if you're new to this, get someone to review it, assign someone to review it, someone else. You can have a little discussion, and I'm happy to help you with that. All right, so we're going to merge this. It's doing it. It merged it just now. This is nice. The revert button, cherry, all this stuff. If you have to learn about what these things are, then it's not going well. Okay. All right. It says it merged it just now. It says merged. If we go to Beacon 2 payload base, which is our root of the project, we also see the latest commit history here is me doing this 6 minutes ago. 6 minutes ago was not when I clicked merge. It was when I made the commit, I think. Under KiCad, and look how we're at the main repository, and we don't have that branch here anymore because we checked delete it. That's good. Under library, you see 6 minutes ago, this is the one that changed, and now we have Beacon 2 pretty, and we have the symbol. So now we added that stuff to our repository, and that's it. If we go over to merge requests and look at that, Just to show you what happened, there's still no open merge requests. Merged used to say 7, now it says 8, and here it was. So here's some other issues. So this one is resolve. This is resolving a issue. So when you make a merge request, you can also at the same time close an issue. That's where the resolve and quote comes from. This was just a bare merge request of, hey, I have some changes that I want to push. No discussion needed, I guess, and so on. All right, there is one more step that we need to do, and that is go back to our terminal and git switch. Switch is the new one. There's also checkout. You'll see commands all over the place in Git. We're all using modern stuff, not old Git. So git switch main. Okay, and it says switch to main. Your branch is up to date with origin main. Git K to show the graphical view. And if you look at this, it says main and remotes main, but where did do you see how this message here? It's useful, man, but it's difficult. All right, so where did our old, new changes come from? Right? What happened? Well, what happened is we have not fetched our stuff from GitLab. We did our last bits on GitLab after we pushed that branch. There it is. So we're going to do git fetch. You'll see things that say git pull does the same thing. Just do git fetch. It found one change, and it did it. And one of the things it was is it changed origin main. Okay, so let's look git K again. I'm going to put that in the background so I can keep it open. Okay. Actually, let's go like that and like that. Whoop. What did I do? There we go. It's still not there. So there's one more trip. Git K all flag shows everything and not just, I guess, the paths to what we have. We have stash, that's something else in the index, ignore that, but we see the magcoil thing, and that's past main, and then we see the merge coming back into main, but my old main is way back here. All right, so I'm going to say git pull fast forward only, and it did fast forward it. That's cool. If I go over to git K and hit F5 to refresh this, now you see that my local main is now pulled up and is current. Git pull fast forward only. If I helped you install Git on your own machine, then I had you click a non-default option that says only do fast forwards when you use git pull. The other option is not as good, and if you don't understand what creating extra merges means, then it can make a mess on the repository. It's a thing that's bound to happen, but we'll try to prevent that. And if you can't fast forward only by just jumping your reference up into the future with no other changes, this is good because it means you're tracking what's happening on GitLab closely. All right, so that was adding the magcoil symbols to the main repository. Anybody else now here in the repository is going to be able to, here's just my other terminal, normal terminal. All right, so I'm here in the beacon2 payload base. KiCad git pull. It's already up to date because we just did that. Look at the terminal version. Here's main. I have untracked changes, and if I click on that, it says what those changes are. They're all files that it doesn't know about. You see all this KiCad temp. This is where I keep temporary files that I never intend to commit. And this is actually the magcoil X schematic and PCB that I was using for the previous video. So I've not actually put the symbol in the footprint in the official MagCoil X yet. Okay, the zip files are what Thaddeus gave me not too long ago. Thanks for watching.